Hello and welcome back, everyone. I'm Emma, and today we're diving into something truly elegant, the world of advanced inversion in English. If you want to sound sophisticated, polished, even literary, this is the lesson for you.
Hey there, I'm Jake. And Emma, I have to say, not only is this one of my favorite grammar topics, but it's also one that really separates intermediate speakers from advanced ones.
Did you hear what Jake just did? He used our first structure already. He said, not only is this one of my favorite topics, but it's also one that. Notice the word order. Not only is this, not only this is.
Right, we flipped the subject and the verb. That's what inversion means. We're inverting or reversing the normal order. And we do it for emphasis, to make our ideas sound stronger and more impressive.
Exactly. So today you'll learn 5 powerful structures. Not only, nor, neither, so or such. That, and only after. By the end, you'll be using them with confidence.
Let's get into it.
So, Jake, let's start with the big one. When we put a negative or limiting expression at the beginning of a sentence, we have to invert the subject and the auxiliary verb. It's a rule.
Give us an example, Emma.
Of course. A normal sentence would be, she is not only intelligent, but she is also kind. But if I want to emphasize this, I move, not only, to the front and I invert. Not only is she intelligent, but she is also kind. Hear the difference?
Huge difference. The second one sounds like a compliment you'd give in a speech. The first one sounds like casual description.
Precisely. Now, the same thing happens with nor and neither. If someone says, I don't like coffee, you can respond with, nor do I, or, neither do I. Again, subject and verb are inverted.
And we have another structure, so, and, such. That, which shows extreme degree. Like, the film was so boring that I fell asleep. Or, it was such a boring film that I fell asleep.
And finally, only after, which emphasizes that something happened at a very specific, often late moment. Only after I finished the book did I understand the title. Notice, did I understand, not, I understood.
Lots to unpack. Let's hear it all in a real conversation.
Jake, I heard you went to that new restaurant last weekend. How was it?
Oh Emma, honestly, not only was the food incredible, but the service was also outstanding. I can't recommend it enough.
Really? That good?
It was so good that I've already booked a table for next Friday. And it was such a memorable evening that my wife is still talking about it.
Goodness. I haven't been there yet.
Neither has my brother, actually. Nor has anyone else in my family. I keep telling them, but they never listen.
Well, you've convinced me. Did you try the tasting menu?
I did. And you know what? Only after I'd tried the dessert did I realize what real cooking tastes like. It was a revelation.
That's quite a statement.
Not only do they cook beautifully, but they also source everything locally. The chef spoke to us personally.
How lovely. I'll definitely book a table. So much to discuss there.
You won't regret it, and nor will your husband, I promise.
Now let's slow down and look at what Jake did. He started with, not only was the food incredible. The normal order would be, the food was not only incredible. But he brought, not only, to the front and inverted, was the food.
And I paired it with, but, also. That pairing is very common. Not only X, but also Y, both parts connect.
Then I said, I haven't been there yet. And you replied, neither has my brother. Nor has anyone else. Again, inversion. Neither has, nor has, verb before subject.
A common mistake learners make is saying, neither my brother has. That's wrong. It has to be, neither has my brother.
Good warning. Now, so, and, such. That, you said. It was so good that I've already booked a table. Here, so, goes with an adjective, so good. And, such, goes with a noun phrase, such a memorable evening.
Right. So plus adjective. Such plus a noun or noun phrase. So delicious that. Such a delicious meal that.
And finally, only after, you said. Only after I'd tried the dessert did I realize. The main clause is inverted. Did I realize, instead of, I realized.
It's tricky because the only after clause itself is normal. It's the second part that inverts. Let me try another. Only after I moved to London did I appreciate British weather.
Perfect. Let's do a slightly more challenging dialogue now.
So Emma, I heard you gave a presentation at the conference last month. How did it go?
Oh, it was such a stressful experience that I barely slept the night before. But it went surprisingly well.
Not only you prepared hard, I'm sure, but also.
Wait, Jake. Careful. Listen to your sentence again. Not only you prepared. What's missing?
Oh, the inversion. I should have said, not only did you prepare hard, but also. I need the auxiliary, did, before the subject.
Exactly. When there's no auxiliary in the original sentence, like, you prepared, we add, do, does, or, did. Not only did you prepare.
Let me try again. Not only did you prepare hard, but you also delivered brilliantly, I'm sure.
Thank you. Actually, only after the presentation ended did I realize how nervous I'd been. My hands were shaking.
I totally understand. When I gave my first lecture, it was so nerve-wracking that I forgot my own name for a second.
Oh no.
Yeah, neither had I expected such a big audience, nor had I practiced enough. Lesson learned.
Beautiful use of both, neither, and, nor, together, Jake. That's very advanced.
Thanks. It felt natural. Not only does inversion add emphasis, but it also makes your English sound much more mature.
Couldn't agree more. Right, let's review our target vocabulary. First, not only. We use this to highlight that something has more than one impressive quality. Not only is she talented, but she's also hardworking.
And remember, not only at the start of a sentence always triggers inversion. Not only did he win, but he also broke the record. Not only have they arrived, but they've also brought gifts.
Next, nor. This means, and not, and it connects two negative ideas. He doesn't smoke, nor does he drink. I've never been to Japan, nor have I visited Korea.
Nor is quite formal. You'll see it in writing and careful speech. She didn't apologize, nor did she explain herself.
Then we have, neither, which is similar. Neither do I, neither has he. Neither would we. Notice. Always followed by an auxiliary plus subject.
A classic exchange. I don't like the cold. Neither do I, or, I haven't finished. Neither have I.
Now, so, and, such. That, these express extreme consequence. So, plus adjective. The music was so loud that I couldn't sleep. Such, plus noun phrase. It was such loud music that I couldn't sleep.
Here are more examples. She's so kind that everyone loves her. He's such a kind person that everyone loves him. It was so cold that the lake froze. It was such a cold winter that the lake froze.
And finally, only after. This emphasizes that something happened at a specific, often delayed, point. Only after the guests left did I start to relax. Only after many years did she discover the truth.
One more. Only after I read the contract carefully did I sign it. The inversion is in the main clause. Did I sign, not in the only after part.
Let's do a quick review. I'll give you a normal sentence, and Jake, you transform it using inversion. Ready?
Let's go.
She is both intelligent and creative.
Not only is she intelligent, but she's also creative.
Excellent. Next. I've never seen such a beautiful sunset, and my sister hasn't either.
I've never seen such a beautiful sunset, nor has my sister. Or, neither has my sister.
Both perfect. Now this one. The book was very interesting, and I read it in one night.
The book was so interesting that I read it in one night. Or, it was such an interesting book that I read it in one night.
Brilliant. Last one. I understood the joke after she explained it.
Only after she explained it did I understand the joke.
Marvelous work, Jake. And to everyone listening, try making your own examples. Not only will it reinforce what you've learned, but it'll also build confidence.
And don't worry if it feels awkward at first. Only after repeated practice did I feel comfortable using these structures naturally.
So that brings us to the end of today's lesson. You've mastered 5 powerful inversion structures, not only, nor, neither, so or such that, and only after.
Use these in your writing, in formal speech, in presentations. They'll instantly elevate your English. Not only do they sound sophisticated, but they also show true command of the language.
In our next lesson, C102, we'll explore cleft sentences. Structures like, it was John who, and, what I need is. Another beautiful way to add emphasis and nuance.
Until then, keep practicing, keep listening, and keep pushing your English forward.
Goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me. See you next time.